Okay, so we have the glandular metabolic, okay? We have the internal energy dynamics, okay? We have, at last, our physical energetic systems, okay, which can be broken up into three components, all right? The first component is your bones, okay? Your bone structure, which has a good deal of weight depending on the mass of your bones, etc., controls your ability to move efficiently and to move powerfully, okay, and to exercise good technique, okay? Postures and things of this nature are important because bioenergetically it all corresponds, okay? If your spine is out of whack, or if you're in postures that are kind of putting you in a way that your energy isn't free to move because it's inhibiting you in your thoughts or actually physically. Although, again, we got to be careful here, okay? Is your energy inhibited physically when you're in a bad posture and we're trying to achieve some sort of up and down movement of that internal energy? That's an interesting question, okay? And it's something which I don't know if there's an answer for that. Okay. With that being said, you have your bone structure, which controls basically how you're able to comport your weight. Now, in order for that to work, you have these things that tie things to your bone structure, your tendons, your ligaments, okay? And that part of your system is what allows things to be attached to your bones, like your muscles, okay? Finally, you have your muscles, which through attaching to your bone structure, okay, when used properly with the proper efficient movements, okay, give you excellent technique and movement skills, okay? Important to note that using your muscles properly, understanding where they insert, okay, understanding things like what you're really dealing with. Muscle has a lot of mass, it weighs more than fat, and having a lot of it isn't necessarily an advantage. You learn that when you get a little older, actually. And understanding where they insert on the skeleton, understanding how the skeleton best uses those muscles to make a movement. Levers, okay, like your arms and legs, like your spinal movements, okay, and gears, your joints. Your joints are like gears which move the levers, okay? So in this bioenergetic system, that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with the movement of the body through the skeletal, the connective tissues, and the muscle structure, all right? Again, that's a separate system. It does all come together, but it's also very important to understand that when you're dealing with these systems, understand their nature and identity so you don't confuse them and do things which are counterproductive, okay? We know to have good posture and good physical movement skills is the basis for technique, okay? We know that that also aids in your ability to generate your internal energy properly and to keep your body with the chi flowing properly in a state of health, okay? They do all work together, okay? But how they work together is equally important here, okay? So I wanted to make these distinctions, and I wanted people to realize just how much, when you confuse these different systems and how they actually work, you could actually potentially harm yourself, okay? You want to know that your energy coming up and down your spine, okay, is a process of willfulness first, using your willpower, slowly developing. It will rise on its own accord through practice. If you just practice on your will center with your breathing, counting your breathing, controlling your breathing, you will get eventual a rise of that energy. There are just faster ways to do it as well. And this will help you. It will help you see things and understand things. There's no question about that. Just be aware that these all integrate together synergistically, okay? And now you understand some aspects of each individual bioenergetic system so that when you put them together, you won't make this kind of error in metaphysical, epistemological logic, okay? I know that's a mouthful. Bear with me. The way you know something is important. You know something with the body usually empirically in a way that is materialistic, okay? Like we discussed before. On the other hand, if you look at something like Chinese medicine or Ayurvedic medicine, it's imperialistic in a different way, empirical in a different way, okay? It's empirical in that people went out to try different drugs, plants, etc., and recorded their observations, okay? Joe ate the white mushroom, Jim ate the red mushroom, Joe died, Jim felt really better and had a religious experience. The red mushroom is good and it's good for this, okay? That's empirical in its own way. We don't necessarily know every aspect of the brain chemistry, the serotonin inhibitors, all that may produce that. Can't necessarily show a part of the body that produced that, okay? But it's just as valid. It's just understood differently, okay? Then, for example, understanding this is my finger, it has length, breadth, density, it's in space, etc. Totally different way of understanding. We'll